What's the difference between a W-2 employee and a 1099 contractor? Hi, I'm Amanda Tinkle, Director of Human Resources at Lighthouse Therapy. I'd like to share a brief overview of the differences between these two common types of worker classifications. We'll start with, what is a W-2 employee? This is likely the type of employment you're most familiar with. A W-2 employee is typically hired at an hourly or salary rate and is trained by the company for the position. Some pros of W-2 employment may be employer benefits, access to the employer's 401k or retirement plan, a year-round consistent schedule, and a consistent salary. On the downside, W-2 employees are expected to work set hours, accept tasks as they're assigned to them, and there's often little or no opportunity to increase income if a need arises.
My name is Janet Courtney, and I'm the CEO and founder of Lighthouse Therapy. And in this video, we're going to answer these questions. What is the difference for me as a teletherapist if I'm doing a W-2 versus a 1099? So for a W-2, you're going to have an annual salary or hourly wages that are set based on how many hours you're working for the schools. Taxes are taken out of your check, and generally you'll be provided benefits like medical, dental, vision, life insurance, etc. for a full-time position. You will have a standard amount of pay each time that you get paid based on the position that you take. You will have fixed hours, and you won't have any variability in those hours. However, your hourly rate will be less than you will have for a 1099 position. And why is that? Because part of what the cost for the school is the cost of benefits, taxes, Social Security, etc. Those benefits generally cost the school between 30 to 35%. So you'll see a difference in your hourly rate. And if you don't know what your hourly rate is, if you're an annual salary, you can take the hours that you're paid for the year and divide that into your annual rate, and that will give you your hourly rate. The other thing about a W-2 position is that for many, it feels a lot more secure because you do have that standard pay. You know when you're going to get paid. You get paid through the summer. You have those fixed hours. So there's no variability in what you get paid and how much you get paid. So these are the benefits and the facts about generally what it is to be a W-2. So now let's go and look at a 1099.
Now we'll look into what is a 1099 contractor. 1099 refers to the end-of-year tax document an independent contractor receives for invoice services. Independent contractors are considered small business owners and are afforded all the freedoms associated with it. Pros of contracting are control of your hours. You decide when you'd like to provide services. There's also no limit to the amount you can earn. You decide how many students or assessments you'd like to take, and the amount you earn correlates to that decision. You're also able to invest and save your money as you see fit. Rather than feeling the need to utilize an employer's retirement plan, you decide how to make your money work for you. While the flexibility is appealing, there are some things to keep in mind. As a contractor, you will not receive benefits. You will also be responsible for saving for retirement and setting money aside for taxes. Independent contractors receive their full pay without any taxes withheld.
So as a 1099 independent contractor, you're going to be hired via a contract to provide the work. You're only paid when you work, and the pay that you are given and the rate that you're given is generally at a higher rate, as I just discussed in the W-2. You do have the flexibility to say when you're going to work and how many hours and days of the week that you're going to work. There are generally more remote work in this model if you want to work from home than there are as a W-2. I'm not saying that there aren't any W-2 remote work from home positions, but there are less. You will have more tax deductions as a 1099. You'll be able to write off a home office expenses, a work phone, internet, things like that, other expenses that will lower your overall taxable income. And you may actually end up paying fewer taxes than an employee. But as always, we are not tax consultants, so we always tell you to make sure that you talk to a tax professional about that before going into a 1099 position. And the last piece is, with that flexibility, is organization. In a position like this, you really need to be organized. You really need to make sure that that you manage your time really well, because the last thing you want to be doing is working and not getting it paid because it's taking longer than you thought it would to do a particular task. So making sure that you have some organizational skills will be really helpful if you take a 1099 position.
So the bottom line is, independent contracting is not for everyone. However, for someone who's willing to take on the responsibility associated with it, the freedom it allows is extremely rewarding.
Hi, everyone. I'm Erin O'Connell, the Director of Clinical Services at Lighthouse Therapy, and I'm here to kind of give you a therapist perspective on 1099 independent contracts as well as W-2, and maybe some questions that you can ask yourself to see what is the best fit for you. As a 1099 independent contractor, you kind of set your own schedule, you set your own caseload maximums. We have some therapists that work for us that want 20 hours a week, and then we have some therapists who want 35 or 40 hours a week. So really, you kind of let us know how much you want to work. You can also work other jobs. So we have lots of therapists that work for us at Lighthouse Therapy, and they're also maybe starting a private practice, or maybe they're working for another company as well. So you can work other jobs while also being an independent contractor with us at Lighthouse Therapy. Some other questions I get sometimes: can I use my LLC for the 1099 contract? Yes, you can. If you have that and you'd like to use that for your contract, yes, you can use that. And really, you have to kind of just see what is best for you. As a W-2 employee, you know, there are some perks or benefits that some people really like. Maybe you do have to have sick leave or medical benefits, things like that. You know, that's different for everyone. Some people really need that. Some other people don't. Maybe they have their benefits through their spouse, or for retirement, maybe they prefer to do that planning on their own instead of through the public school retirement system, for example. So some questions that maybe you can ask yourself, you know, are you looking for flexibility and you want to set your own schedule? You want to set your own caseload numbers? You know, how important is that for you? Maybe you really need that work-life balance. You've been just really burnt out at your previous job or your other job. A 1099 position might be right for you. You know, you also have to ask yourself things like, can you set your own taxes and manage those? Do you need the medical benefits? Do you need sick leave? Do you need the retirement for someone else to do that, your employer? Or can you manage those on your own? So those are a lot of questions to kind of ask yourself and see what is the best fit for you.
So here are some questions to consider if you are looking at a 1099 position over a W-2 position. How much control do you have over your caseload? Can you say no to adding more students to your caseload? Generally speaking, if you're working for a school in a W-2 position, you really don't get to say, no, don't give me any more kids. How much control do you have over the hours that you work and the days that you work? Can you pick the hours? Can you take specific time off for something that you need without having to take PTO time, or do you have to build that PTO time up? How many companies can you work for? Can you work at a school and then also work for another company and in a W-2 position? You can. It's just a little bit more difficult to do that. And with set hours, you have less flexibility about when you work for someone else. How about time off for kids, for sports, for activities like that? Do you have that work-life balance that you really want based on the position that you're considering taking?
So those are a lot of questions to kind of ask yourself and see what is the best fit for you. Lighthouse Therapy is hiring for 1099 independent contractors. You can check out our open positions online. So if you have any further questions, please visit our website, lighthouse-therapy.com. And thank you for watching.